We are going to watch a TNC versus Boom Esports Game 1 replay. One of the best game that I have seen in a while. Comeback game by TNC playing Morphling Earthshaker combo at the next level. I haven't seen anyone else playing this Morphling Earthshaker at the same level of gameplay, same level game. So this combo is like definitely like one of the secret weapon to grab the series against anyone. So like we'll see how they drafted for this laning or the game. Disruptor is like really good at catching people one by one. Also like great AoE combo here. Disruptor, kinetic field and the static storms are like super strong. And then they pick the Crystal Maiden, which also controls the area with a freezing field. And like they pick the Mars, and as soon as they pick the Mars, we'll see how the Boom reacts to this. They immediately pick the Troll. So like they see the Mars is the offlaner, they immediately pick the Troll. So like if the Mars is going to be the offlaner, the Troll and the Crystal Maiden will have a really good time. And we will see like if they are going to swap the lane or they put the Mars in the different laning, we will know that. And here they ban the Razor, which is really good against this Troll. So like Troll is all about like right click damage. If he sucks all the damage, and he's literally going to be nothing throughout the team fight, even with the BKB. So like banning this Razor is very good. And Razor is like really good too. And like they ban the Titan and all because it will be harder for them to fight as they pick the Titan as the offlaner or the Beastmaster. Like Beastmaster is really good with this role because like once the Beastmaster gives like free aura and he can buy the Necro book and devour everything, so that way like we will have vision advantage, free attack speed for this troll. So like they definitely don't want to give this Beastmaster to them. And Tidehunter is like very good team fighting here for this Warlord because like Troll is always going to as they go to the Rosan pit or to the high ground or to the towers, this Troll is going to be the front liner. So they're having this Ravage, like it will be harder for the TNC to go in. So like banning this Tidehunter is like really nice. And they ban the Strong Spirit too, which has a kill potential, a catch potential. They don't really want to have this Boom to have like catching heroes as they ban the Bat Rider and everything, because like Bat Rider is also kind of good against this Strong Spirit. And then they pick the OD, they ban this like Pug, Storm and everything is out, and Razor also out, and immediately they pick the OD, which can serve the Troll. Like as the front Troll is the front liner, the OD will be able to serve him. And also this OD is like really good if they try to adjust the lane by putting the Mars to the mid lane. OD will have like 90-10 advantage over this Mars. So the Mars is definitely not going to be the mid lane against this OD, I believe. So like we will see like how it goes. And Earthshaker pick is definitely is the first 3 or first 4 pick. I mean this is the first 4 teams Earthshaker. So they picked a Tiny here. So the moment they picked a Tiny, they know like this is going to be an also support roaming Tiny. And but they also have a flexibility whether the OD can be a post 4 or 2, which is why they haven't picked their post 4 yet. Yeah, so like because of that, like now we will see how the enemy reacts. They pick the Morphling, so like now the OD is going to be the mid laner. So like the Mars and the Morphling doesn't get to play the mid lane, so the TNC definitely have to pick a different mid hero. So we will see how they come up with. They ban the Death Prophet, which like really helps the TNC to have a better advantage against this Troll and OD. Death Prophet is one of the best team fighting hero, and also with the Mars, Earthshaker fissures, it will be super hard for the Boom to like even defend these towers. So that's a good ban. And Night Stalker is a really good ban because Night Stalker is like super annoying, really good against Disruptor, and Earthshaker Morphling as well. Because of the silence, he can just click your silence and like jump with a blink on top of this Morphling, and he will not be able to react. So like he will be forced to buy a BKB like very early on this Morphling. So a very good ban. And like they banned the Monkey, which is also really good like the laning stage. Also like when it comes to the team fight, the Monkey can open this Wukong command and the Troll will be like standing underneath into that and like just hit the tower. So like that way like TNC wouldn't be able to take the team fight because they are like kind of want to run into the enemy if they want to fight. So like this is definitely not good pick, so they just ban it. They don't want to give it to the Boom. And they ban the Silencer. It looks like Silencer is like super good against the ODSL, I guess. And now they pick the Bloodseeker last pick and the Voice Split. It shows the Voice Split is going to be the mid. and morphling to the safe lane with Disruptor, Mars and Earthshaker. So like talking about this like laning stage, like definitely in Boom ID's favor, CM and Troll will be able to bully this Mars like very well, and mid late matchup is kinda in OD's favor. As they get level 4 or 5, OD will be able to win the lane very easily. Alright, like Boom ID looks like they came together as 5 and managed to kill the Disruptor. Oh yeah, they just came together and killed him. Yeah, level 1 Tolls, they managed to kill him. And looks like the Disruptor is like going top lane just for the first blood. Earthshaker is there because of that Earthshaker fissure block right here. Because of that, now the lane is getting pushed into these TNC's favor. Also because of that fissure block, now they have a better kill potency on one of them. And his CM got caught out of position, so he get punished. Very nicely done by Disruptor and Earthshaker. So like now Disruptor is back to bottom lane, helping this morphling. So talking about this TNC draft, they really need levels. So like this morphling is a hero who needs a lot of levels. Even throughout the laning, he needs like levels like 3 or 4 to become unkillable, and Void Spirit definitely need levels to roam around the game or even to play the lane. And Mars is a hero who definitely needs level and some items. And like they definitely, and the Earthshaker, Disruptor both really needs level. And Disruptor is like one of the best hero with the glimpse back play. So like you should be able to max it to have the extra range and all. So like having these more levels on this Disruptor only will allow him to have this effective glimpse on the top of the enemy. So like, so now if all of the heroes, most of the heroes are required levels, and the Dire lineup, they don't really like need so much levels. And because of the laning stage, they have a better laning stage hero, so like they will be able to find their levels like very early on. So it would be that harder for the Boom to get the levels, but it will be harder for the TNC to find the levels. And talking about the top lane, this is completely a dead lane for Mars. So they cut the wave and farm. So like he's completely like kept away from the wave. This Mars can't even like imagine going there. The Crystal Maiden is like doing like really nice. And Earthshaker is like, even the Earthshaker is not a hero who can run at the enemy and right click to help this Mars, because he's not a like right click damage dealer, he's just a spellcaster. And like it is super hard, even though they don't get to kill him. Like this Mars is getting bullied, completely bullied, and he's forced to cut these waves and to play. And other than doing that, like he wouldn't be able to help the Mars. And like for need, like they control the rune. So like thanks to the Earthshaker, also the Disruptor came to mid lane. It shows like how important these power runes are once again from a pro game. And also we see like first 4 minutes is like considered as the very important laning stage for both the supporters and the core, because that's where the supporters stay in the laning to help out the carries or the offlaner. After 4th minute, the supporters are most likely running around the map. So like first 4 minutes we will see what the Disruptor and Morphling has done. So he pulled it. Even though he is not going to deny the lane creep, he just pulled it, and because of that, because before he pulled, the wave was like right in front of the enemy tower. So the Morphling like doesn't want to really go there to farm it. He will be in great danger because he's level 2, not even having this wave form. So which is very dangerous. So like Disruptor, because of this pull, now Disruptor got level 2, and Morphling get to farm this tower wave underneath the tower. And once he complete this wave, he will have level 3. So like level 3 means like he have these 2 points on this attribute save. So like he will be able to absorb the pressure. And thanks to this like small glimpse play, which allowed them to like deal a lot of damage on this Bloodseeker. So like now he doesn't have the salve, so they cannot play aggressive. So like this wave he's not going to play there, he's going to play underneath the tower, so he will be fine eating a tanker. And also like with the help of this third skill, he will be able to heal up, so like they don't get to play aggressive for another one wave. So like which helps the Morphling to breathe a little bit. And as you can see, once he got level 3, even if he uses the stun toss and all, it is not that easy to stop the Gabby from farming. Yeah, it's very hard. Like if you want to bully this Morphling throughout the laning, you need to have a lot of, I mean like way too damage throughout the laning. Somebody like Sky or Lina, who can right click the morphling like from far away, also who will be able to spam the skills, so that way like they will be able to mess up with this morphling. But these heroes are like really need to get closer to him. As they have to get closer to him, the morphling know the enemies are going on them, so like he will be able to use the attribute shift for his own safety. So like this lane matchup is like definitely in morphling favors, and like morphling is not going to get killed. I mean, so even though he doesn't get the really decent amount of farm, he will be able to do better throughout this laning. And about the mid matchup, as we talked about this, once you get the level 5, the void spirit wouldn't be able to lane anymore. It will be super harder, because like every 15 seconds this OD is going to like banish him, and this OD won't be able to the void spirit won't be able to stay in the lane. So like the best option is to take these bounty runes and just farm the jungle. So this bottle is one of the best item, and also he bought an early salve. He might have bought a salve to play the game. Otherwise, like this OD will like definitely hurt him. OD is like definitely strongest hero against the void spirit. Early in the game, he can like do very good like between these astral imprisonment like cooldowns, like 24 seconds. So like 24 seconds means when he comes out, like he will have 20 seconds window to farm this wave. So like he have a bit of advantage. But like the moment he get the level 4 or 5, this is super hard for the void spirit. He can't even like come in front. So like as you can see, he used a bottle. He got an early bottle, and then he bought a salve. Yeah, he got a salve and a null. It shows like how important these items are. The consumable items are against this already. He buys these extra consumables to stay alive in these team fights. So like definitely this lane was like OD's in OD's favor. And as you can see, even though he farmed these like neutrals, and if you looked at the network, like he already will have better advantage, 2700 against 2200. It shows that how he's like winning the lane against this void spirit, because every 2 times in a wave he can banish him and deny the creep. Yeah, so the void spirit doesn't get to farm, just simply banish and deny, banish, secure the creep, banish and deny. So like this void spirit won't be able to go closer to him. So like which is why the OD is like winning the lane like very easily. And so this is the laning stage. It heavily favors the boom ID. So the void spirit was like killed at the mid lane by this tiny and OD. Like this is like really good like setup by Tire. Once you get this like level 3 astral imprisonment, you will be able to just use it straight away, and like Tiny will be able to walk in and finish off the target like that. And thanks to the meteor hammer as well, he will be able to press at the towers, really decent amount of mana regeneration and HP regeneration, 8 all attributes, 6.5 HP and 2.5 mana regenerations, like super a lot. So when he respawns, he cannot play this lane anymore. So like void spirit is like good at like winning the lane or against certain heroes, and also like really good at roaming. So like he chose to roam around the map. He killed the crystal maiden, and now this Mars is like for the first time playing aggressive, even though like he's like far behind on levels. He is still playing aggressive, knowing that the void spirit is like very close to him. But like a troll doesn't like go in and harass the Mars. So as a result of that, like they don't get to kill the troll. When they try to kill the troll, everyone is like TPing, so like they retreat. Like this is really good, like forcing the enemy to TP to the top lane and get out. But like unfortunately the Mars goes down to this rupture, so they lose this Mars. But like it's really good for gameplay from TNC, like forcing the enemy to come to top lane. And now because of that, like Morphling will have a free time, because like Bloodseeker is not going to have a TP for him to go back to bottom lane. So now the troll is like forced to go to the bottom lane. But like, even though the troll at the bottom lane, like the Morphling is not going to feel a lot of pressure, because like while this troll is farming the lane, he farms the lane and farm this jungle, you know, like which is like very good. And they even block their big camp. So like this is like definitely in TNC's favor. So like he gets to farm these extra neutral camps. But like the meantime, the Morphling also cannot like stop this troll from farming. And at the meantime, the troll being here also like so good. Why the TNC don't really want to go bottom and bottom to pressure the enemy, because this is where the Morphling is farming, because they haven't even won a game. How could this like offlane Mars go anywhere to set up a kill? He doesn't even have level 10 level 6 yet. Yeah, so like this is a complete dead lane for this KP Mars, but he's still like hoping to get this level 6 before he makes a play. 10 minutes into the game, he's not even like level 6 with the outpost experience. And at the meantime, this troll, I just like that, managed to hit the tower. And Morphling decided to go to the top tower. As the enemies are approaching the mid and bottom, the only thing he could do is raid the tower, because you don't even have the best fighter in this team fight. So like this is the best option that the Gabby could go for. So like he presses the top tower, and they lost the mid, and they lost the bottom, and his troll is like definitely in a good shape right now. He haven't completed the Battle Fury. And once he got the Battle Fury, he doesn't go back to the top lane or the mid lane. He continues his farming at the bottom, farming the triangle. And Morphling is still trying to get the tower, successfully destroy the top tower. And so the Morphling does the farm at top side. Meantime, the troll is like continuing the farm at the bottom. So like they get these like kills. We will see what happens. So at the bottom lane, so it's just like this boom. TNC wants to set up a trap on top of the enemy. Favour with the bottom lane. They're trying to set up on the Bloodseeker. Let's see how it goes. They managed to kill the Bloodseeker, but as a result, hey, he managed to use the rupture, and now Slow Maiden managed to kill him. So definitely this is in Boom ID's favor. But like the good thing is like Gabby is continuing the farm, which is really important. The Morphling is the one who's going to like help the TNC to come back into this game with the wombo combo from like Morphling and ES. So like he should be able to farm. It's all about like how many times you get to hit these ancient creeps and the neutral creeps, also the lane creeps like non-stop throughout the game, which will help him to have more items and more levels. So like compared to this like troll, he's pretty doing like troll is like doing a much better than Morphling. 2600 gold net worth lead on this troll. So definitely TNC is not happy about that, but this is the best thing that they could ever do or hope for, because this is like definitely helping TNC to like have some amount of farm. So like for the first time 18 minutes into the game, they use the smoke to fight. We will see like why, because he got the linken. So they are really gonna try to win this team fight, even though like they don't have all the items, but they have a dagger on this Earthshaker. So like they know the enemies are here and they don't have any vision. So like they are smoked and using the Morphling to bait, and the enemy wouldn't know he has a linken. So that is their plan. But like enemy doesn't really use this single right target item spells on this Morphling. So like, and they break this linken as well with the first bite or already astral imprisonment. But now they managed to kill the tiny. That is a very good, like we have to watch this very slowly. So they are using this KP and Morphling right in front of the enemy, and the meantime these three heroes are hiding behind. They don't really want to go first, because like they want the enemy to jump on top of this Morphling and Mars. Then these heroes are going to counter initiate, because these three heroes are spellcasters. So spellcasters should not get like eat damage. So which is why they sit behind, and the body heroes are in top, like in front of the enemy. So as they see the Mars arena is used, and the Morphling waves in to take the fight, but like this OD, Crystal Maiden and Bloodseeker, everyone has a better position. So like because of that, like even though they managed to kill the tiny, and Morphling is kind of strong for the time being, but like they even killed the troll and the tiny, but they lost the Morphling. And it looks like they're not only gonna go with this Morphling kill, they managed to kill the KP, and also the voice bit died to this OD. So definitely this is not in TNC's favor. So like this is the first fight they took and it didn't go well, and we will see like their approach from here. So they lost the fight, and even though they had a linken or dagger for the Echo Slam and everything, wasn't like really enough for them to win the team fights better. So now they're completely ignoring the enemy. They don't really want to fight the enemy. They see that the enemies are like right in front of the towers, so they taking the controlling the top, they control the mid lane, so they don't get to farm the triangle. But he wants to farm the triangle. He wants to farm where he can get the most gold. So immediately he moves to the enemy jungle and start farming the ancient. He even stuck the enemy ancient to farm up. So like it definitely, and he ate the tom too, and now he's going for these agonims. And like once he solved the lane and enemies are missing, immediately TP back to the base, and now start hitting this own neutral as the enemy went back to their triangle to see if the morphling is farming there. And why doesn't he show his hero and he only hitting the neutral? He doesn't solve the lane, because the moment once he TP to the lane and solves the hero, the enemy know the morphling is here. So like now the enemies like don't know whether the morphling is here at the bottom or somewhere else, which is why they are farming here, and they even went to the other side to see where the morphling is. Now they get to see the morphling, and like it was like 70 seconds 80 seconds cooldown on the morphling TP. Now it's only 20 seconds. Because of that, like he chose to farm this triangle and the neutral creep right before he reveal his position at the lane. So like which is like really good. So like this guy definitely needs the agonims to bring their synergy. Like the meantime, what can we learn from the TNC? They're always solving the lanes. They don't like get tired with this. Like they're always solving the lane, because the enemy has 16k gold net worth lead. How could you even imagine taking a team fight against them? Every time you can take a team fight, it will definitely not be going to be in your favor. So like they're completely ignoring and trying to open the map. Yeah, even the boom ID votes are like really scouting these movements from this course, like which completely stops them from playing the game. But like they're always like playing aggressive and playing into the unfavorable spots. Here this morphling should not be here, because this is called like a dangerous spot. But like he was doing that because that he sees every opponent except the OD. Even the OD farms the mid lane, so he sees every fire of the enemy heroes. But the moment enemy gone into the fog, you don't know where they are, and the enemy could TP there, and enemy could TP to the outpost, which is controlled by the enemy. So like farming this was fine, but going to the next wave was like completely wrong, and looks like he got paid for that. Yeah, so these are the things that you should not do. Like, and if you want to do that, you should ask your team to, as a carry, they should be like smoking up and like running to the bottom lane as they are baiting, and they don't have to be here. But like this is far away from the tower, and like it's very hard for them to do that way. Imagine if the enemy like wasn't looking for the morphling as they come here, and if it, let's say it's just only tiny and OD, and maybe they get to escape, but at the meantime the troll will be able to get the tower, so which like stops them from like going for that kind of play. So like they end up losing the morphling. But as soon as they lose the morphling, see how they play. They don't like stay inside the base. They are immediately trying to open the map, expanding the lane. Look how KP plays, even though he doesn't have a good start. He's playing this like opposite side of the map, which allows him to have better gold and experience. Because of that, like he has this extra gold right now, so he's always playing the opposite side to the enemy. And let's see like how did the voice speed die. So like the voice speed is also like trying to open the map, and like the problem is these votes are like always scouting the TNC's gameplay, and as the result of that, like they get to catch these voice spread, and they looks like they lost their voice spread. At the meantime, others are opening the map, right? So he killed the wave and just team it out. So like now once again the enemies are forced to come to the high ground. But when it comes to the high ground, like they use the tower guard to protect the tower from meteor hammer burn damage. So now everything is good. So like troll is on the high ground with a BKB Battle Fury Bass and SNY 27 minutes into the game. This troll is like super fat. Even the OD has 16k networth lead. And look, even their post 3 offlane Bloodseeker has like a better net worth against this morphling. They are like super far behind, like 20k gold net worth lead is like not a joke, you know. Like you should not imagine like taking a team fight into them, like or running into them. You should always like, so be smarter. Like you need to be able to dodge them as much as you could to come back into the game, and you wait for the right like opportunity to take a team fight. Or all you have to look for is like pick offs right before you run at the enemy. You kill one hero, and then from there the game begins. So here the Morphling has Aghanim's and Linken. So this is their first power spike. So they managed to come out from the base for the first time after a long time and secure the outpost like that together as 5, and they also play some nice wards. So like because of that, now they understand the enemies are not playing the top and mid, because like if the enemies were here, they will be like solving these waves and to press at the tower. They will also press at the tower by asking the troll to go to the high ground. But like since they are not doing that, that they know like the enemies are like looking for them, so like it's a sign that this is a dangerous spot for us to hang around there. So immediately TP it back to top lane. Even the Urseg and Mars managed to TP out, and as they TP it out, look, the Armor was like staying at the base to see like what's going on. The moment he knows the enemies are not here and like going there, as they can see the Bloodseeker and everything, immediately their voice spirit knows this is safer for him, so he solves the top lane immediately. So once the enemy controls the bottom, they open the top lane. So like this is like very good like counter play. Always you have to react like opposite to the enemy. If they are controlling the bot, you control the top. Now he puts the top lane into the enemy tower, so like they have like better advantage. Like they see what's going on, nobody is like playing here, so like it helps them to breathe a little bit. And now they go to bottom lane once again to, because like top project is over, voice speed TP back. Now he doesn't have the TP option, so stick to the team and stay close to them. So this is the play. And the voice speed also looks like going for a linken, which is really good against this OD and Bloodseeker, and Consummate freeze too, like very good. Like freeze is a root, and the root will stop the voice bridge from using the escaping ability. So this like linken is definitely going to help him a lot to play a better game. That is definitely better than Ill Scepter. So once again they control the map and farm away from the enemy. They managed to escape from the enemy. Every move they made was like super close there. If they were like 5 seconds later to react with the TP, they would have died and lost the game already. But like look, like just because like they played the map very carefully and all, even though the enemy has a 24k net worth lead, look, the tower is like eating a lot of pressure and a huge wave is going into the enemy side already. Yeah, so like this is like these wards are like definitely helping the TNC right now to see what's going on. See, like enemy cannot cross the side of the map, so they know enemies are going to the other side, so like they can prepare like ahead of them. Now they really want to fight because they understand, like they even left the mask behind, because if they bring all 5 heroes, they know like the enemies are like out and like they're trying to kill people. So because of that, the enemy didn't know the TNC is smoking, because like the Mars is here showing the hero the mid lane, and then 4 of the heroes managed to kill the Tiny, and now they are running away. Really good like fox spots to TP out from that we can learn. Like this disruptor and the voice bit are using the perfect blind spots to TP out, so the OD doesn't get to see them to cancel their TP. Very good gameplay, like forcing the enemy to like run like this, you know, run to top lane, and then they are opening the bottom, and like the moment the enemy moves to bottom and they open the top lane, they look what they're doing. They're always abusing this third lane fact, because the enemy strength is to stick as 5 and fight together, so they don't really have the mobility and abuse understanding. The enemy don't have the mobility where we have Morphling, we have some Earthsprit set who can like go in and come out, like completely outplay the enemy by split pushing without getting caught. So like they are continuing what they could do in their favor and completely ignoring to do what they are not good at. They are not good at the team fight yet, so they don't want to take a team fight. They only want to take the pick offs and pressuring the towers and like trying to open the map, always dodging the enemy movements. Looks like they don't want to fight, but they say not to fight, but they say, oh, just to pick off. Definitely a pick off like this, like when a carry offers himself to the enemy, they're definitely going to grab a chance. They get a chance to kill him. Yeah, perfect. And how did this happen? So the Bloodseeker was dead, the Mask was also dead, the heroes were at the bottom, and because of that they are running to top lane and they're hiding at the top lane, and troll comes here and they see the tiny and they don't know where the other heroes are, but like they feel comfortable since the enemy don't know, they move to top lane and they thought of like going on him because the troll doesn't have the BKB. The good support heroes are always going to note down the BKB time and everything, because like troll like earlier at the bottom lane or mid lane he used the BKB for his safety. So at the bottom lane as he killed the Mars, he used the BKB, right? So because as the result of that, they knew that this troll didn't have a BKB, so like they felt comfortable like going on him and like completely shut him down and killed him right before he clicked the battle trance. And like even the enemy don't want to react to that because like they don't have TPs, it's very hard for them. The TNC is like really like forcing the enemy to split up and like getting into the nerves. Like very good play from TNC. And now the troll is dead. Now they are really happy because like troll is like dead for another 50 seconds. Like they can do anything they want, or you can force the enemy to buy back, and this is like called like forcing the enemy to react. As you can see, the Mars for the first time playing very aggressive as a bait, and he finds the tiny but he blinks away and got raptured, but they really want to fight. And this is definitely good, like they don't get to catch him because of the BKB. Now OD also forced to use the BKB. They are really happy about that. Everything happened while the troll was dead. So but you can see like they don't take a team fight. Look, they jumped in, they missed it, but they don't want to run at the enemy just because we have a linken. Hey, I have a BKB, I have a linken again. Oh, let's go, the troll is dead, let's go kill them. No, because they don't have the advantage. Look at the map, they don't see where the other heroes are. They don't have the advantage. So like if you take a team fight right now, this is definitely not going to be in your favor. This landscape is not favoring you, right? You don't have any vision, and like even the fabric cannot walk there to place the ward. He will be freaking dead if he goes there. So like the TNC's discipline is at the finest level, like which allows them to play the game like very well. As you can see, he used the BKB, he used the arena, even the voice speed like went in, but they don't commit. Look at the other heroes where they are, right? They don't commit fully. This is called like small ball, like trying to force the enemy to react, but in the meantime the counter initiators are in the finest level, and the Mars is safe, runs away. That's enough. They're happy about that. They're trying to force the enemy to fire, but respecting the Boom. And Boom also like really good team who don't eat that bait, knowing that the troll is dead. They don't want to do that. So like very good like decision making coming out from Boom as well. And here the top lane, this is the same thing, like solving the lane and immediately TPing back to the base, and like they solve the mid, and the bottom lane is fixed and all, and they don't want to leave the top area because like Rosan is very important. The troll will definitely play for the Rosan as the timer is like getting very closer to this Ros speed, I mean like Rosan time. So enemy don't want to leave the bottom. They can see the enemies are playing bottom. Like they are always waiting for the enemy to eat the bait. They're waiting for this troll to walk in, but even the troll walked in, but the meantime this is a bait. Like last time they succeed, but like this time the TNC is not doing that. Why? Because they can't see the heroes. They don't see where they are. They saw the, like as he saw the wave, they see the troll at the top, and nobody's playing in bottom and nobody's playing mid lane. Such a long time they are missing, so they even the troll like walked into their vision, so like where they have a better vision advantage, but they say no to the bait. Like like really good out treat from them. Look where the enemies are. They even smoked right behind this troll, but really good decision making from troll, I mean like TNC as well, like not taking the fight allows them to live for another day. Otherwise they would have lost the game right there. They wouldn't have buybacks on 3 of the heroes, and if they took the fight, like that would be the end of the game for these TNC. But like because of their decision makings and understanding about how to approach the game, they are still inside the game even though they are far behind on these net worth and experience levels against this Boom Esports. They're always pressing the top and getting into this enemy's nerve, and enemies are slowly starting to react to the enemy, and they are really happy about that. And we will see like once again they TP, they don't have TPs, and now once again they smoked up. Looks like no, it's a bug. Okay, now they are smoked up, going to the Rosan big. They know the enemies are doing the Rosan, but the Mars is dead and he's not going to be on time like to steal it. But like enemies are like not covering, they're always sitting behind. Like look where the OD is standing, where the Tiny is standing. It's very hard for them to go into the Rosan pit. It will not be in their favor. And like Bloodseeker's itemizations like pipe, Ion Disc, Eel Scepter, and he has his Minotaur Horn, so like he will be able to live another day throughout the team fight against their combo, even if they jump in. And he has like 3100 HP, so he is freaking tanky. And look where the OD and everyone who are the spellcasters are sitting behind. So the frontliner and the attacker taking the Rosan, and others are sitting behind. Like the approach is like really good. Because of that, like TNC doesn't get to go into the Rosan pit. Very good decision making from Boom, also from TNC, like not hard committing to the Rosan, and accepting the fact that the Rosan is down, like because of the sowing abilities. Like tower is like almost dead, but like they even use the tower card to save the tower, which is like 15 HP. But like they're happy about that. Like defending the tower, they will have some sort of like advantage just holding this tower. Like very nicely done by Boom. And once again these guys are like, okay, you got the ages. Once again, guys, go split up the game. We don't want to take a team fight. But like the Boom also respecting the TNC, like not going to the high ground like very early on, understanding how hard it is to play against TNC's Earthshaker Morphling combo. Like bottom lane, they choose the mid lane, then they come to the bottom lane. Like it looks very hard. They don't want to take a team fight. They're trying to kill someone who's trying to open the map, but like the TNC is like not going out. All this time they kept going out and solving the lane, but like in this moment they are not going out. It shows like they're understanding about what the enemies are doing. They're really good at like reading the enemy moves, which is super. And look where the Armel is standing. He's trying to solve the lane and escape. Oh, that was very close, man. That was very nicely done by Armel. So in the top lane, every single time they get a chance, they absorb the pressure, not allowing the enemy to go to high ground. Look, finally the Boom ID has managed to come to the high ground, but look what happens. Fissure, and another Fissure from other guy, Fissure after Fissure after Fissure, and Disruptor, Thunder Strike. The enemy wouldn't be able to. This draw can't even imagine going to the high ground. How could he even go? Like imagine without using any of the ultimate, he's like down to this much as HP. Like they're not definitely happy about that. So they go back, wait for the Aegis time to expire. Aegis is gone. TNC knows about that. They are really happy about that, and now they know like the Aegis is down. So like they will be able to smoke up. This is like like this is why you always need to note down the Rosan timer, the 5 minutes Aegis time. So like they know the Aegis is down. This is our soul of time. So they saw the Morphling as the other foes are like smoked up. So like they go around the map, try to kill people, but they didn't get a chance. Or like you don't desperately look for the opponent, you know, when you're losing behind the game, when you're like far behind the opponent, you don't desperately smoke and look for the enemy kills. You always need to be disciplined and wait for the right opportunity to take a team fight. You don't take a team fight ever in enemy's favor. So that's how we play Dota. So like the TNC like really says no to these enemy moves, like which will cost their game. So like as they are waiting for the right opportunity, look like how they have spammed these sentries, wards, walls and everything. And also he didn't break the enemy sentry. If you break the enemy sentry, the enemy know there are sentries and wards, so they will be scared to walk in. But because of that little prey from favour, like not devoting the sentry, allows the TNC to have a better chance. So they see this Boom is coming underneath the sentry, and they have a gem too, but they don't react. The moment he comes here, he sees the OD, immediately fissures him, and Earthshaker fissured him, and they locked the OD and killed him like that. So the moment the OD is dead, they know OD is dead, and there's no towers like closer to them for them to TP on. And now they see this Crystal Maiden. They saw where the other heroes were. Now they are on the chase. They saw the troll and the Crystal Maiden. Now they are chasing the Bloodseeker. They killed the Bloodseeker. Tiny came to help him. So like Tiny also will get caught as he tried to TP, glimpse back, and they managed to kill him. And now they run to the mid lane, got the tower, go to the high ground, and got the tower like that. And as the opponent bought back, they really good discipline from TNC, respecting their enemy and getting out, like, which is a lot. So like this is called like experience, like right decision making. So like if you are look how they place these wards before they take the fight, like they knew the enemy will come to the triangle since they have the advantage, and the TNC was like completely ready to fight, but like they want to have this vision advantage. So if this ward get devoted, and they will try to play around that. If that also will devoted, and they will try to play around that. So like they're abusing these 3 high ground facts to like kill the enemy, so the enemy wouldn't think that there are 3 wards protecting 1 triangle. So like if they devote it, they will think, okay, the wards are down, we are happy, they are going to spam the sentries every single spot. So like that way they will end up having 1 area where we have observer and a sentry. So like that way, like the TNC will have a better advantage. Yeah, so they got the drags. So like I mean, they didn't get the drags, but they got the tier 3 tower. Like this is like definitely putting so much pressure on this Boom ID. You know why? Like they have a very good goal advantage, like so many items, so much experience cap between the TNC and themselves, but like that looks like the TNCs are outplaying them slowly. They are in here and they're not happy about that, and like the voice speed got caught at the mid lane. So like they are like, okay, just this is our moment, they having to go and try to end the game, at least get 1 brags or force the voice speed to TP, I mean buyback. So like even though the voice speed has a buyback, they're trying to know if he has buyback or not. Look how he plays. Troll is the only one who plays aggressive, others are sitting behind. But like the voice speed is not buying back. Now he is like, okay, we got the tier 3 tower and he hasn't bought back. Maybe he doesn't have buyback, so we commit for this. So since he confirmed the voice speed doesn't have the buyback, he's trying to jump on the enemy. Yeah, all right, they don't have a buyback, guys, let's go on him. And the moment they hard commit, instant buyback from voice speed, and the moment he bought back, they are like really like out of position, you know, like. And why can't they get back? Because he has a static storm, and even the troll didn't get to use the BKB, I guess. So like they are like, okay, the voice speed maybe doesn't have the buyback, we know he's not buying back. And like the moment they jumped, boom, he bought back, and static storm from the disruptor again him, so the troll cannot use the BKB. He just walked in, and boom, he cannot click the BKB, cannot click the abyssal, also he can't click the ulti. So he is completely like controlled by, oh, on top of that, like very good echo slam secures the kill on troll, and we are really happy about it. And this is completely over for Boom. Tiny doesn't have buyback, OD got caught, OD doesn't have buyback as well. This is like very good for TNC. The great patience like wins the game for them. And like Morphling Earthshaker combo just like that, like spamming the fissure all over the all around the world. Like I don't know how to play against this Morphling Earthshaker. You can't even imagine going to the high ground against this Morphling Earthshaker combo who's like spamming their fissures like a ton of time. As we can see, this Earth Speed build is Octane and the Arcane Blink, which Arcane builds gives him like 25% ability cooldown reduction, which is why he was spamming it. And also with the help of Octane core, and the new Octane cores, like always it includes the Aether Lens, which gives you plus 250 cast range. So he has a very good cast range with the fissure, and also from the level 20 talent plus 320 fissure range is allowed. So his like fissures are going to be like super longer, and like he has a very good cast range to blink in, and every time he uses the arcane blink he will have a cooldown reduction on the ability. So like which is why he's like spamming the skills like ton of times. Like this is not fun for Boom Esports at all to lose a game like that. winning the laning, winning the early game, mid game, controlling all the Rosans against TNC, going to the high ground and lose one fight, the game is over. Like once you're already like looking for a pick off and he dies there and everyone dies following that, and the game is over. 2 fights, completely won the fight for TNC, but they arranged it. They were prepared for that. Every single decision they made helped them to win. Not only those 2 fights. Yeah, split pushing the bottom side, placing the sentries and spamming the ward and sentry right before they took a fight, like or pick off, like as they know the enemy would look into the team pick off, and they place these wards to have a really good vision advantage, and it worked. And finally they didn't know the disruptor had a static storm against static storm, so the troll got caught. And the top lane, when the troll got punished by TNC, his BKB was on cooldown. So the TNC are like really good at understanding what is going on. And even when the ages expired, they immediately smoked up. They knew that without seeing, like they don't have the ages. They know the Rosan timer. They like really understand like whether the BKB is on cooldown or not. Like because of this understanding, like very deep understanding about the game and about the opponent movements and all, they were being like able to dodge the enemy. Like Morphling only died to the enemy like once, like getting out of position, and like the voice split like they are in here, but like you cannot blame this voice split at all, because like voice split wasn't having a greatest time at the mid lane. His like ganks didn't work out like it would usually work out, and also he wasn't having a great mid game as well. He is the one who like played the very dangerous spots for the TNC, as the Morphling was like always farming around this triangle, and he was the one like doing all these sowing stuffs at the top and the bottom. And as the Morphling got the linken, he started to have the voice speed, and because of that voice speed managed to get the Aghanim's, linken, BKB and Sivas, and they successfully finished the game. And now we know like TNC of Earthshaker Morphling combo is just not about the heroes. They have a really good understanding about the game and the heroes as well, and itemization, and the deep knowledge about the mid game and how they play the map at the third lanes and everything. And every small detail that they use to come back into the game look like pretty amazing. So okay guys, like bye bye, see you guys in another different video. Bye bye.